afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off hit an exciting 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. The setting is 1944, France. The Americans are pedaling ahead here, the 3rd Armored Division leading a push through the bocage, or at least an attempt to break through the bocage. Whereas in the south, we've got Luciano fighting for the Oberkommando of Germany, the elite Panzerdivision. Shot them a lot of its half-tracks after they got blown to bits by that firepower. We got here Forsturm, Special Operations and Luftwaffe Ground Forces with Sturm Pioneer medical supplies and light infantry gun bulletins versus Tomakaze's Airborne, Heavy Cavalry and Rifle Company with Triple Infantry. Double focus here for Luciano, double rifling for Tomakaze. Standard stuff there in terms of opening from both sides. Luciano's men forcing their way to the cemetery. Also note, Tomakaze is a top 20. In fact, he's ranked 20 with the USF, and Luciano, I believe, last I checked, was ranked 23 with the Oberkommando vests. So both players here are highly experienced, highly trained, highly salty. Well, probably not the last one, but maybe actually. Anyways, points being secured here. We can see the note that Tomakaze is opening, I think, more than trying to disrupt what Tomakaze or Luciano's doing in the early game. Was Luciano's just trying to focus fuel, meaning he's pushing towards the center, thinking he pushes east, but the reality is Luciano's nowhere there. He's going for the cemetery. Now, actually, a bit of a rare move here, but we'll have to see how this works out. Quickly digging in there with sandbags, also preparing for fighting ahead here. And could actually now be threatening at least this point, but that's going to be less important. It's going to be this cover point that's going to be important there for Tomakaze as he aims for the southeastern field point. More infantry for both sides. Fuller's going to this rifleman. Aviation sneaking about here. So far, nothing major going on here. Securing points here by the calf point, hiding up behind some old overturned barrels. And grabbing the point here as well, the calf point. Interesting overall capping order here from the early game from both players. It's generally the very rare one. Normally the northern player will hit for here and the southern player for here, so to see them go like this is definitely unusual. But then again, one of the advantages, a good thing to try and do is, you know, be a bit unpredictable, try to be a bit unusual. In this case, they both try to be unusual, because that way can surprise your opponent further north, and that can lead to some interesting situations. Right here, Ground versus Sturm Pioneers. Got the Rifle moving up, which is the best situation here. The Sturm Pioneers quickly forced back. Yes, they're overwhelmed by firepower and freedom. Focus them up to cover here. Falling back into cover, it's going to need more troop support up here, but the rifle position occupying the field in southeast and finding out this focus around the calf point. More reasons here for Tomakaze. Interesting. Could be he's planning just more to grab territory with. That is one option. Or he could be planning a rifle company already with a flamethrower upgrade. Focus there falling back. Rifling simply too much at this range. More focus along the way there for Luciano. And there we go. The rifle squad moving in. Sturm Pioneers being quickly caught here by the M1 Garands, singing out a tune of freedom and death to all crowds. Oh, getting closer, then you be careful about that. Then again, they are so low on health, the rifle not just be able to get fire. They are now in fact so low on health they can get away with it. Otherwise, you only want to be careful about getting too close to the Sturm Pioneers since you're moving into their effective range by that. It's kind of like when you're going to do this up close to the rifleman. You're not supposed to do that unless they're in a really poor condition. More firing up here, versus not support the northern rifle squad. Forces there holding up behind some milk jugs and barrels. But there you go, closing in aggressive. The Reasons M1 carpet will do a lot of damage. And they're occupying the hatch to ensure that Luciano can't hide inside. They're quickly forcing retreat here and firing out some more shots on retreating units. We got a trot on the way for Luciano. That's slightly going to be the battle group headquarters considering the timing here. Could be a mechanized regiment, but considering the timing, I'm more thinking battle group headquarters. Lots of Tomakaze troops on the way back. We also got tech for him, and that is the lieutenant. He on the way from the platoon command post. Going to pressure here the German infantry, of course, quite well. Plus 50 cal to deal with all these folks, going to be a really good choice. And of course, there's also the option of an anti-aircraft half-track to further make things miserable here for Luciano. Truck moving up here. If he's going to position around here, that's definitely going to be a battle group headquarters. In some sense, again, he could also place it here. But some players like to place their battle group headquarters closer to, say, a specific calf point. But yeah, he's pulling it back to base. He's probably had a rallying point around here, so yeah, somewhere around there, I guess. And no, he actually goes for the mechanized regiment. It has become a lot more popular, but there are some players who go for the battle group headquarters because of the supported offers. But Luciano here is very much going to push for the mechanized regiment. He's going to try and force out a loop here versus Tomakaze. 10 moving to the east as well, harassing the west. Very good, very good. Draws away attention from the east as well. Although in this case, the rifleman, mistake here by Tomakaze, extended heavily wounded rifleman. That was definitely, I think, a bad call there by Tomakaze, which Luciano was more than eager to actually punish here with a well-placed few shots there between the eyes or any other vital organs. Going for the fuel point, he's going to need troops down there to deal with that immediately. The lieutenant would be the best pick since he does pack the most firepower on the go. Up here, the reinforcement. Now he'll have to go for replacement rifle squad, obviously. Though he could be planning maybe Rangers or paratroopers. I mean, an elite surprise like that could hurt Luciano quite a bit there, since both are quite good with Thompsons and could really do a lot of damage. And it build mostly composed of Fultz companies at the moment, though would maybe leave him a bit more vulnerable to the looks if pushes straight into that. So there are some options there for Tomakaze to consider. Up north, fighting around here. Basement's repulsed. Tomakaze flooding Manpower again, lending at least credence to the possibility of some elite infantry here. Although I don't see much why he's not, say, going for a 50 caliber or replacing at least the lost rifle squad. And there we go. Goes to the 50 caliber, which rather than at least puts for now a nail in either airborne or heavy cavalry. Minesweeper's up there. Obviously, he's aware that Luciano's going to be mining down aggressively, which is, of course, a very sensible word to have against a competent opponent, like, say, Luciano. Well, competent, but seems a bit insulting, actually. Highly skilled player. Again, he's, you know, close to the top 20. That's not competent, that's skilled. So my apologies there to Luciano if he ends up watching this. I did not mean to, you know, sound rude or dismissive. 50 caliber on the way there for Tomakaze. Rifleman standing about here. Brave, Volksgrenadiers move ahead. Did you hear that we're brave? Nein, we're just not under fire. You'll see that courage go nowhere once the shots begin flying. Right, they're going for the Volksgrenadiers, grab the center victor point, and we got Lux on the way there for Luciano. Tomakaze is going for the anti-aircraft half-track, which can sort of work as a counter to the Lux if you set it up correctly and support it properly. It can deal with it, but it does require a bit of work from the player in question to pull off. But it can be done. I just wouldn't go for it specifically to counter the Lux in a lot of situations, but it can be done. There's some mines here would help Tomakaze out a bit. A few anti-tank mines would make the Lux much easier to deal with for the anti-aircraft attack, and for that matter the 50 caliber. So back here, troops reinforcing. Note, by the way, the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision Artillery was one of the few Panzer Division tracks to receive the Lux. It also received the Panther mostly because it was elite, which usually meant it got access to, you know, the best grade of equipment, if possible, or at least more experimental stuff. It also, for example, had access to a slightly rarer uniform, and that time, in fact, was testing it out. The sort of pattern uniform the Volks was there working around with. Fun fact. Lux setting out there for Luciano, though. Pearsons, they need to be careful coming in ahead of 5 Volks, they're suppressed, and half track out. But how's going to stop the Lux right now? He likely isn't. If going to retreat, you could still very likely end up losing the riflemen. They're already, you know, low on health, negative cover, definitely not a good situation. Half tank. Gonna be a slow one here. Need to stop it up. Those who can fire. There we go. Handbrake mode, which ensures it doesn't move needlessly. Lost in that rifle squad. They're quite lost there for Tomakaze. He's down to just the lieutenant and 1 rifle squad now, down from 3. Definitely that one though I think could have easily been avoided, but the other one is definitely a bit more rough luck there for Tomakaze. He was really close though, but in the end, no dice. But he definitely needs to replace some of these infantry losses, otherwise this is, I don't think, going to wake up to a amazing form. Kedmov on the way there for Luciano. Looks in it, repairs it, takes some heavy damage from the anti-aircraft half-track. Moving westwards, he is clearly going to focus, I think, for now around the half-track there, since it provides a solid base of fire for his infantry. I mean, double 50 calibers in the first minute gun is quite impressive. You also get bazookas up here for Tomakaze, or weapon racks, obviously. And that's only going to help us. It looks only like vehicles Luciano might decide to get as well. Pumas could be an option. Plus, of course, opens up with BARs, but it doesn't make it clear for us what Tomakaze will be planning doxing. As for Luciano, not much sight there either. Could be Spec Ops. Could be Luftwaffe with the Fallschirmjäger. Could be Fallsturm. At this stage, Fallsturm feels rather late. So I'm angling either towards Luftwaffe or Special Operations. 50 cops sitting out there. Halfing and Rasp by the Volksgrenadiers. Got the Bazooka team moving out. Armor piercing rounds as the Lux and the infantry for that matter would be a bad choice. Damage into the half-track. And another 50 caliber out here for Tomakaze. Not a lot of infantry there. Go. We got the armor piercing rounds being added. Doing some lot of damage at the Lux, but so far not much luck. Just gonna need to pull back that 50 caliber right about now before he loses it. There we go. Quickly falls out. And rather giving away, he's moving up the bazooka team and deal with Lux from inside the house. Giving more chance to go over. Kevin creeping up. Good chance of getting hit on the half track. Probably not going to take you down unless Tomakaze is too slow to react. Making a hard swing there. Very good idea. Very good. Some might have just moved it straight ahead, in which case they would likely lost it. But right, he just swing around behind the hedgerows, saved the half track there. That was close. Luciano made an attack round and then attempt to catch it. Didn't quite work out, but it would have been great for him if he had. And there you go. Second, fifth cover looks out on no cover. Just retreat. Good response there by Tomakaze. Good response. I just need some more infantry. He's getting the ambulance by because most of the infantry, in fact, is in tatters. I mean, he's extending it as much as he can here, but it's highly risky. And of course, there's a chance of losing another rifle squad, which would be absolutely catastrophic for Tomakaze when he's already lost 2 like he did. MD third out here for Luciano to help contain Tomakaze's troops. 3rd Armored Division having a bit of a rougher time here. Troops healing reinforcing. Sending out for the German army, the Panzerlehr. And there you go, ambulance finally mobilized. I imagine he'll be upgrading the other Western squad with bazookas as well down the road. So that's some more firepower. There you go, ambulance ready. So many troops in need of healing. Badly. So Lieutenant holding up there. Single unit there versus so much else. Note he's only got 1 BAR on them. He should definitely upgrade it with a second one. But first, bazookas for the re-echelons and BARs for the riflemen as well, increasing their firepower. And the Lieutenant barely makes a really close call there for Tomakaze. Would have been quite critical, and they're going to grenade off in the 5th cover. That's going to force retreat here for Tomakaze. Again, reveals itself, allowing the half-tech to get away there quite safely. In fact, Luciano's Raketna is in a really terrible state. One sneeze from the Germans, and the crew's going to drop over. Oh, the Americans, the crew's going to drop over dead, not from the Germans. Luciano here could soon go for the Schwerpanzer quarters. In fact, that's clearly what's going to set up for here. Probably around here. We got mines though on the cut-off point. The Schumine. We got the point here. Making sure 5th cover out in the open again. But we got bazooka teams this around quite within range, so able to support the 5th cover this time around. Luciano here's mainly not catch. Oh, there you go. It looks like he's seemingly caught on to what's going on there with the 5th cover not immediately retreating. Hand grenade off against the Lieutenant of Rifleman, actually quickly dodged. Half to go to support. Very nice, very nice. Schwerpanzer quarters up there by the cut-off point. And we got the half-tech. We got the bazooka teams. We got the 5th covers moving in there. Oh, mine goes off, pinning down the Sturm Pioneers. Quickly see up here on the Volksgun is actually pretty great here for Tomakaze against Luciano. And there we go, unit down. Assault rifle quick Volksgun is dead. In the West 5th cover, defending the fuel point net against the harassment attempt there by Luciano. And a few Volksgun. Nice work there by Tomakaze. We got the Major on the way. This is going to be pushing for armor as well. The question, of course, is who gets it out first. They're considering map control right now. Tomakaze is clearly in the lead for getting out of tank fast. Now the question is, does he go for Sherman? Does he try and go for an EC8? Or does he, maybe even stall for Pershing? The right now stalling for Pershing, I think, would be a pretty poor choice by Tomakaze. So it basically boils down to regular Sherman or EC8. He does not have any other options there. Noting that Luciano Bell is yet to go for Doctrine as well. Bit disappointing. Luke sending westward, supported by Kednafa. And you'll need to get that 5th cover this time. Trying for the arm piercing rounds. There you go, more or less point blank. Getting some heavy damage on the Lukes, in fact, but he's going to lose that 50 caliber. And Lieutenant going here for the victory point in the centre, but easily cut to ribbons. They just need to retreat. Tomakaze's unit plus 8 times does feel quite aggressive and a bit on the reckless side. Troops are reinforcing. And we finally got a doctor here for Tomakaze. It is the Major. Oh, not Major, but it's the Heavy Cavalry. Rangers called in. I mean, it's like they're Pershing down the road. I imagine he's not going to go for it right away. That'd be pretty risky. Luciano going here for spare cops. Rangers over the Trump submachine guns is going to make things quite miserable, though, for Luciano. In particular, all of his folks will struggle quite a bit. Though he's yet to hit the Thompsons. Cameron takes a hit for recruiting the 50 caliber. Oh, he's going to lose the half-day. He's going to lose it. Unless he gets lucky and the second shot misses. It does! Tomakaze, they're still not moving. Oh, there we go. He's finally got to move on. He's finally going to move on. Here we got Rangers, though. Still no submachines that pop the grenade. Still doing some damage there. Killing quite a few folks grenadiers. And almost getting a wipe on the retreating folks. That would be another wipe against Luciano. And no dice. He's about to lose his second 50 caliber here, though. Need to be a bit careful about that. troops are healing reinforcing. Well, he can soon go for the Sherman here and put some pressure on Luciano. Luciano is, on the other hand, quite some time off from being able to go for even a Panzer IV or a Yak Panzer. Range moving up, they're popping another grenade. So far, they just seem to be grenadiers for him in the more original sense of the word, which is just people lobbing grenadiers. Later came to mean sort of more of an elite infantry unit, which of course is then why the Führer redesignated all German infantry as grenadiers and the motorized troops as Panzer Grenadiers to sort of draw upon that history of the grenadiers, at that stage, being sort of more known as these large burly chaps, sort of elite chaps. Fun fact there. Point here being scored by the Obersoldaten. Before that, they're just known as Infanterie and Schützen. That's a fun fact. Hence the name Schützenpanzerwagen for the 250 and a half deck, for example, because again, it was basically the half track truck for those chaps, armoured truck. It's a fun fact there. So right now Tomakaze is in a pretty strong position there. Luciano's looks was rather, to an extent, I think, well countered there, but Tomakaze slowed down in terms of impact. And he's now sort of controlling the map nicely here, focusing on the fuel. Very good, by the way. He might lose the half-track here. Tomakaze might be extending a bit much. 50 cavalry sons, bazooka teams, maybe as well. Looks like though Tomakaze is so far at least not caring about a Sherman or anything like that, but again I really would recommend a Sherman here. Also I'd never like machine gun here for Luciano, they're already in a pretty bad state. And the major needs to go. There we go, Sherman all the way for Tomakaze in the 3rd Armoured Division. Big flank here though with Luciano, nice attempt here I think to get behind Tomakaze and stop him, but in this case the 5th Cavalry is quick enough to basically stop it. But now the anti-tank defences are crumbling. Luciano and flank the 5th Cavalry. They're moving from south as well there. Very nice attack here by Luciano. A bit risky, but in this case worked out, I would say, quite well here against Tomakaze. Oh dear, he might just be able to get the half-tick here, and no, gets away again. Gets away. In fact, he's even laying down a smoke screen to cover up its retreat, properly. Nice play there by Tomakaze, but I think a really strong play there by Luciano. Outmaneuvering his opponent very nicely. The Luciano has yet to choose a doctrine here, and we're soon approaching the 20-minute mark here. Troops healing reinforcing. Rangers still not going for Thompsons, though again. No, they are still pretty good with the M1 carbines. Like, they perform quite well even without the Thompsons, but they just perform so much better with the Thompson. 5th Cavalry here gaining veteranry too. Luciano could, I think, stand to make some smaller inroads here in the west. Begin harassing the fuel point, even maybe just sending a unit straight to it. And the Sherman arrives here for Tomakaze, the M4A3, switching those eyes to those rounds. He's clearly not too worried about Luciano going any sort of tanks right away. He's got the lead. In fact, he can soon go for another Sherman already. I just feel like it's a shame he hasn't pushed the Sherman out faster here versus Luciano. Could he's had a bigger impact with it, but even now it's going to have quite a splash there. See if those orbs don't get wiped. Looks like with the damaged engine, rather than getting hammered with incendiary fusion rounds and other fun stuff. Sherman here rolling about. Poor Ludwig there gets blasted, and he's Academy waiting here. Oh, he's expecting something there, so he's smoking up there. I definitely like that. That's definitely, just basic tactics. If you're expecting something in the area, smoke it before it actually appears to cause you harm. In this case, that pushes rather far ahead. Almost got the looks here. Okay, and there we go, the looks goes down. The half-tag, I actually believe, got it. Quite a loss there for Luciano, but we got the Panther 4 out, and now there's a good chance of getting, some vengeance here. Both the Sherman and the half-tag in a pretty poor state, and there we go. Panther 4 shoots, misses though, giving it away here. But can Tomakaze get the Sherman away from the Panzer IV before it's too late? And I believe the answer to that is a very big 9. There we go, a bit of engines there for Luciano. Again, I think you should try pushing out that Sherman sooner. Now, of course, he might be more likely to just consider a Jackson tank destroyer instead. To stop the Panzer IV, maybe. Bazooka's also being dropped around. By still upgrade the Rangers with the Thompson. They're borrowing one of the few units where we can upgrade them with sort of a large package of weapons and still add an additional weapon to them, which does make the Rangers rather formidable elite infantry. More bazookas out here for Tomakaze. That's a lot of bazookas, but we got bazookas there, bazookas there, bazookas there, bazookas there. Welcome to Bazooka Town. My God, those Americans with the bazookas, they might not be impressive on their own, but in numbers, ach my God, they hurt. Troops healing reinforcing. Got the orbital loading out here for Luciano. Only one bazooka net, but there you go, penetrating it on the Panther 4. Grabbing points in the east. Troops are being suppressed, at least a bit. Mega pulling up with the Panther 4, which the 50 Cavalry can't deal with, landing an excellent hit. They're killing several riflemen with a single shot. Pinmark machine being added as well. Sturmpunie are being suppressed here in the east, skirmishing going on. Got another Orbital squad out here by for Luciano. Still no doctrine. When at this stage, it's certainly unclear what he's actually planning. I mean, at this stage, most of the doctrines don't really offer anything special. So, I mean, I'm not entirely sure why he's delaying so much. I mean, he could theoretically go for spare cups with the infantry assault rifles and some of the Orbital dud. Command Panther support the rest of his tanks. Luftwaffe Valiant assault and maybe some other stuff. But it's just, there's a definite lack there of something, I feel, from Luciano. 50 Cavalry close to 22, Panther 4 moving in, gaining veterans to one in the process. Tomakaze is a bit struggling here to contain the Luciano's maneuvers right now. The double orbital dart and do present a formidable force here of elite infantry. Hardened men of the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. And by the way, not elite division in the German army, not just been because it got access to better equipment, just experimental stuff. It also got access to usually better troops, because the thing is with the German army, it graded its troops according to how fit they weren't, so on. And and then division was usually rated again on top of that. So usually the best division would usually get the best grade of troops. That's a little fun fact there. After moving about. Bazooka team moving up. Sandbags a lot here from Luciano to help dig in at different spots. Whoops. Scroll keep Mars thing not entirely being responsive in the way I want to. Grenades off from the orbital and Sandy does not hit the mark. Also leaves him with no munitions to upgrade the orbital and squad number 2 with anything. Tomakaze strikes out, but doesn't quite have the punch that he used to. And now you can see Tomakaze's counter the Jacks. He's actually getting awfully close to the Pershing tanks. Heavy tank, so he's going to go straight for it, and that way push against Luciano with it. We'll have to see what Luciano goes for next. Another Panther 4 right now, of course, has some impact, but with an impending Pershing, when he's seen the Ranger, there's certainly a possibility he might consider the Yak Panther or the Panther instead. So that way contest the Pershing better, because the Panther 4, two of them, is going to struggle versus the Pershing. Aggressive blitz here from the Panther 4. Gets the half-tech, finally puts that to rest, but he's taking heavy bazooka fire there. Panther 4 there, down to already a smattering of health there, barely operating. Those bazookas having quite an impact there. Range being pushed back here, but the Fultz Grenadiers, 50 Cavalry flank support, close to 22. And back here, troops in reinforcing for Luciano. And there you go, M26 Pershing arrives here for Tomakaze. And in the 3rd Armored Division received them while in the Western European theatre. There's also a heavier version of it, which was made specifically to defeat the King Tiger, since, fun fact, the regular Pershing and the Jackson tank destroyer are actually struggling with their 90mm guns to penetrate the King Tiger's armour. They tried a bigger version with an even bigger gun and even more added armour. In fact, some of that was, I believe, taken from enemy Panthers. That was the Super Pershing. So, fun little fact there. Folks, as they're being pursued by the Pershing, heavy damage being inflicted, almost wiping it out. And a wipe there. Orbs on, they're bunched up. Oh, good hit there from the Pershing, causing quite a bit of grief there to Luciano's Truppen. Panther 4, they're being repaired. If we get a Panther out to support that, have I think a pretty good impact there against Tomakaze. But so far, he is not aiming for it. Is it the command? Oh, there we go. We got a Panther. I mean, he could try and set up for a command Panther, but I fear that would give the Pershing too much time on the field to just do whatever it wants to Luciano. And that's definitely not something Luciano should be wanting to aim for. So that Pershing is close to veteran to 1 already. Woo. 50 Cavalry wipe there. That's a pretty nice victory there for Luciano. So it's about destroying this not one set inferior Yankee Scheiße. It'll probably give you syphilis anyways, Lucifer. Ludwig, so don't touch it. Syphilis. Scheiße, so as Americans with their syphilis. Ooh, Unfortunately, their reasons were caught right in front of the Panzer or the Pershing. Possibly, oh, he was using them to crew the 50 caliber. Ah, I guess at least have some purpose. The problem is he's now shot one bazooka team against all the armor here that Luciano's going to be tossing at him. He's going to need the reasons to repair the. Also, another issue, he now has only one reaction squad to repair the Pershing, so that's pretty much just a double trouble there for Tomakaze. But there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5 mobilized here for Luciano. The Panzerlehr definitely would have had a full battalion of Panthers attached to them, likely within the Model G, which actually sort of roughly began seeing service there around Normandy. Fun fact. And which would actually have better frontal armor due to having the driver's hatch removed, ensuring that the armor was just fully smooth with no weak spots. Plus a better gun mantle as well. So hits there on the Panther though, penetrating easily, but mostly easily. Quickly forcing Luciano to pull back here. Panther with the damaged engine. Need to be careful. Pershing moving in there. HVAC round to the side. Oh, he's going to lose that Panther war there. Luciano, I think, got overconfident. Once he had control of the Panther as well. He got, I think, a bit full of hubris. And there you go. Panther fall down. 90mm armor piercing rounds. He's shattering the interiors of the tank. And the bazooka finishing off there. Bit unpleasant there for Luciano. He's still got the Panther. It's certainly going to be a bit closer because this is the Pershing. And there goes on squad retreating. He's already lost one. Luciano needs to be a bit careful. Going for more replacements. Still no sign of a doctrine there for Luciano. And with that many orbitals done, he could just go for spec ops just for that. Plus the infiltration tax could help a bit here. Plus theoretically a Panther command supported by Command Panther could be quite unpleasant for Tomakaze to deal with as well. But I mentioned before that Tomakaze can have a Pershing or Jackson ready to support the Pershing. Right now though, Luciano does have the edge, but he's actually more fuel than Tomakaze, so there's certainly something there. Bazooka fire against the Panther. Panther rolling back, trying to maintain a good distance there, and just fire with machine guns. Very good, very good. Proper distancing is important with your Panther. And I was of course setting it correctly so it can deal with the infantry quite easily using his machine guns, since the Panther machine guns have some of the best DPS alongside the T-34. That's for tank machine guns, it is. Fun little note there. Pershing moving in here, halfway to vets into already. Again, Pershing's vets up fast compared to most other heavier armour. Compared to them, a lot of their abilities aren't quite nearly as strong, but they do get some utility through, and of course, Vector Fee is still really good. In the east, we got a single 50 caliber there. Ooh, bit of misplay, I think, there by Tomakaze. Close to losing it here to Luciano's Obersoldaten. Yeah, he's gonna. There's a good chance of losing it here. Caught out on negative caliber by double orbs, and there we go. Wiped, a complete loss there for Tomakaze. In the west, oh, a wipe here against Luciano. Pershing shatters the Fulton escort, leaving Luciano short one band of brave soldiers. And there you go, racing going in for the Panther, and he explodes to the side. Bit of a mistake there. Hit from the Pershing as well there. Luciano needs to be careful again with how he angles his Panther. In fact, Panther crews were instructed to always keep the front towards the enemy, since that was the strongest point in the Panther. Ooh, bomb grenade off here. Almost gets a wipe. We got orbs on the flanking as well. We could see a wipe again versus Tomakaze. Another Sherman on the way. Dangerous enough, not a Jackson, but a Sherman. Probably up using the infantry, and we got a wipe there. Lieutenant is down, dropping a bazooka. Panther being fixed up, Pershing being fixed up, getting a big crew by the Sherman. That could have just allowed him to also use the Sherman crew to repair the Pershing, so there are certainly some possibilities there to assist. Battle Group Headquarters up for Luciano to heal and reinforce his troops. Still not clear what Luciano's aiming for. Good though, up for the King Tiger, the Königstiger. Rangers push back, noting he actually has upgraded with the Thompson submachine gun finally. Very nice. Fixing up the Pershing. Back here, troops healing and reinforcing, and Sherman arriving here for Tomakaze. More reasons as well, probably be, bazooka teams, but also I think to assist with paying the Pershing. Definitely a good idea. Penetrating hit from the Pershing and from the Panther. Trying to get the Fultons there, since the Pershing deals quite well with infantry. Almost getting a wipe there. Well, it's interesting to see how Tomakaze pretty much just, to an extent, ignores the Panther, just trying to get a wipe because he can just deplete Luciano of infantry. I mean, he can do so much more there. Go pushing east, Sherms upon the infantry there to deal out with any sort of nasties. They're just going to need some fast repair on the Pershing because the Sherms going to draw attention from a Panther. Oh! He's going to have to fall back here. It clearly wasn't anticipating, I think, the Panther to get ready that fast against him. Otherwise, I don't think he moved in a lot. But there you go. Smoke screen down to cut out the retreat of the Sherman. Very nice work there. Very nice work. Need to get that bazooka team to assist there. And the MD-34 is virtually very good there for Luciano. There you go. Both regiments team now hard to work on the Pershing, which is virtually too many can toss grenades. Plus is overall faster. Though of course it's with everything free, the real jackpot lies the increased rate of fire. And increased accuracy means overall just much more lethal versus infantry and armour. Strength like Kedmare though, direct hit gaining it virtually 3. Less good news there for Tomakaze, another pension hit from like Kedmare for Panther moving up as well. Definitely I think not a well done attack there by Tomakaze. Should have probably tried to, set up for a flank with it. In the west, infantry push there, Major caught in a majorly bad spot. Pearson's pinned down to the ground in the east, Rifle being overwhelmed. We could see a wipe here, leaving him short of any rifling at all. And yeah, wipe, leaving him down with the Rangers essentially. So right now, Tomakaze desperately needs infantry amongst other things. Tomakaze infantry preservation, at least this battle, has certainly, I think, left a bit to be desired. I mean, again, he is top 20, but it's definitely not good. And there you go, Luciano. 32 minutes in the game, finally chooses doctrine, and it is Luftwaffe Ground Forces. An interesting choice here, probably sort of supplement himself with elite troops if necessary, but also valiant assault. And that might mean he might just want some of the smoke. I mean, there's several options here to, uses to use that doctrine with. Pershing being fixed again. Panther Singers have repairs close to it 72. Big 2 points wise, things also a bit rougher here for Tomakaze, and fuel wise, things are very much favouring Luciano. There goes in calling in Fallschirmjägers. Nearby 3rd Fallschirmjäger Regiment, providing support for the Panzerlehr. And counter. We got a Blanco off, very nice, very nice. And Panther providing covering fire. In the west though, Tomakaze strikes like a tempest of freedom. Ooh. Almost got the orbital done there. Panther sitting out close to 22 bazooka teams nearby as well, threatening, and there you go. Panther into the Pershing. Doesn't have the initiative though for H-wrap round. Getting close to the Sherm to increase the penetration there of the tank. Folks, the cloak being wiped down. Again, he seems to really just focus on molesting and mauling. Luciano's into there. Go, gets the wipe. He gets the wipe. I mean, this is, I think, is Tomakaze sort of having a good idea how you fight the Germans, to an extent that if you murder their infantry, I mean, the armor becomes a lot less impressive. And getting into a Volksgun squad now means he has actually next to no Panzerfaust. In fact, it's only the Fallschirmjägers, which is also by one of the few elite infantry units with a snare like the Panzerfaust available to them. So that is a significant blow. Even to get the Sherman, I mean, that's going to be harder here for Luciano to exert map control. Of course, Tomakaze still needs more infantry himself. I mean, he's incredibly short. In fact, he just lost his ranges. He's actually got none. So, I mean, it's great that he's murdering Luciano's infantry, but Luciano still has more infantry than Tomakaze. Again, I find it interesting just how hard Tomakaze focuses on getting wipes wherever possible using the Pershing. And of course, that's also where the Pershing shines. I mean, it's decent, good versus armor, but it's absolutely amazing versus infantry. And again, only gets better at 3 once it gets more accurate and gets a higher rate of fire. Plus, I mean, it has grenades. Got double orbs moving up here the west side. Laying down a veritable storm of machine gun fire. But there you go, Pershing intercedes. Kraut Slayer is on the field. Ooh, hits the wall instead. God damn it, Tommy. Aim properly. Nice hit. Then the orbitals need to fall back. Panther half HP 3 goes there, shoots, misses the Pershing. Pershing shoots, also misses. Though we got bazooka teams now ready to support the Pershing against the Panther. There we go, penetrating in. There we go, penetrating from the Pershing. Go Panther down to half health. Pershing very close to 3. That's going to be really bad news there for Luciano if it gets that far. But Kedden there for dodges a shot there from the Pershing. I think he should begin pulling back the Pershing. Yeah, he's going to have to do it. Oh. Tomakaze, they're really pushing his luck. Close to losing his Pershing. He loses right now. That'd be absolutely massive. There you go, artillery strike called in to actually cover up things. They're almost getting a wipe there. Oh! Oh! Jeez, he was almost caught the Panther there with the artillery strike. Also getting several orbitals, and that was an absolutely ingenious artillery strike call in there by Tomakaze. It was really close. He just completely ruining Luciano. I mean, had he just gotten the Panther into the orbital down, then that could have been completely GG. More reactions there. He's just spamming them, actually. I really think he's going for too many, to be honest, at this stage. He needs regular infantry, something that can fight Luciano's infantry. I think he might be relying in that regard a bit too much in the Pershing to do most of the infantry. Again, he does it really well, I won't deny that. But, I mean, he's kind of putting all of his eggs in one basket. Which usually can sort of invite divine retribution for that kind of hubris. But there you go, Pershing machine repairs, lots of reactions on it. Second Sherman almost done. Panther being fixed. But again, I find it interesting for players focusing so hard on getting a wipes on the opponent's infantry, which again is a good strategy. He just absolutely does not do anything with his own infantry in terms of replacing it. And there you go, Luciano's been able to summon King Tiger, which the Panzerleiter Division actually had attached to it in Normandy, though it was part of a Funkline Abteilung, or radio control battalion, meant for controlling Goliaths and the larger Borgward 4B. They actually had a mixed use Tigers for that, but there was also in this case a King Tiger with the older model turret, which of course this one has the newer model. So a little fun fact there. Maybe that would have been ability of how to implement the Goliath for the orbital commanders, just let them down to calling a Tiger technically and then sort of calling Goliaths. Anyways, King Tiger here was the Pershing. Pershing falling back. Direct hit though there with its high velocity 88mm gun, which could penetrate most tanks. And there, almost getting the orbital land squad here. And he gets the wipe. Just Tomakaze and Slayer keeps it up. And there you go, Panther like Ken getting eventually 5, but almost getting it. And there you go, blitzing, and he wants it dead. And we got Jackson out here penetrating it on the Panther though from the Pershing. Oh, there you go, return hit. 29 kills on that Pershing. 88 points left here versus Luciano's 310. More bazookas, more weaponry, more firepower. Fixing up the Pershing, healing up troops. Jackson good to go. King Tiger hanging back. Troops healing reinforcing. What will Tomakaze do now? I mean, not Luciano, but Tomakaze, since Luciano is on a defensive posture. He's also the one with the more victory points. He can sort of instead afford playing a bit more defensively. We see that Tomakaze is aggressively harassing and harrying him, pushing up the east side with a lot of re-echelons as he pushes into the west with the armor and the tank destroyers. Panther gains veteran feet with heavy bazooka hits and the hit from the Pershing and the Jackson. Really takes out a large number there. The Panther's health, machine gun wiped out here by fighting with a bun grenade. King Tiger screaming off the Panther, still losing the Panther here though. Fighter makes something wiped out, need to be careful here. Luciano, 4-6, more hits on the King Tiger in the south. We got Mega moving up, lost a unit here. Casualties piling up, and we got a booby trap up here on the victory point from Luciano. King Tiger's going to need repairs again, and there you go. Gets the Fighter Megas using a re-excellent squad. Heavy loss here from Luciano. Jackson needs to be careful here though. Almost taken up by the heroic Academy. There you go, veteran the 5 machine gun as well. That was In the end, while he got some damage and he got some kills, the problem is he didn't take out any of the tanks and he didn't really make any progress. So that was really just not a good assault there from Tomakaze. I think he should try flanking more instead of just trying to pull through here where most of Luciano's defense is actually pointed. And I still feel like he needs more infantry. But there you go. Hard work being done on the Jackson and then the Pershing. Luciano now I think would stand to be a bit more aggressive versus Tomakaze here. I mean, he's just, I can extend it to an extent understand why he's playing so defensive. The problem is it gives Tomakaze more time to find a weak spot and then exploit it if he wants to do that. I mean, some players just refuse to straight up, but you generally have to think as a rule of thumb should not be hoping your opponent, just is lazy. Oh, poop, touch the big good choice there for Luciano. Halfway to 24 on that Panther. 74 points left here for Tomakaze. Artillery strike called in. Bar left out in the open. Jackson Pershing moving up. We got another shot on the way there for Tomakaze. Still not a lot of infantry. Fresh focus going out. It's going to encounter the Ace Pershing, immediately taking heavy damage and losses. And he's actually, I think, going to be likely to get a wipe here on the retreating Folks Grenadiers. Yep, almost doing it. Just going to be 250 manpower down the drain here for Luciano. Oh, finally a shot that actually didn't kill anything. Another shot there. There you go. Panther flank straight to the Jackson, the bazookas as well. There you go. Panther down to half health. Looking pretty rough there for Luciano's Panzerkampfwagen 5, but it survives the encounter. Ooh, nice hit from the King Tiger against Veterans who won. So what is Tomakaze going to do here? Oh dear. Heroic level I can for 80. There we go. Good hit. Jackson almost done. He's going to lose it though. He's going to lose it. Can't escape like Kednaff. Oh! How to survive that? Wow. Sherman ready. Fixing up the Pershing there. 36 kills. 8 kills in the other one. Admittedly, the Panther is nearly as good as infantry as the Pershing is. But we can find the King Tiger. Most shots just absolutely failed to penetrate. We're going to site called in on the position here. Folks moving up and immediately just most of the unit gone. Trying to Panther fast, but there you go, grenade off and a wipe. 41 kills. Panther going for the Pershing again. Luciano wants that Yankee Panzer out flaming. There you go. Bazooka hits. Jackson hits. So far raining down, he's slightly dispositioning here. Luciano's forces moving in. Again, trying to get some infantry kills there. Panther falls back once more for another batter repairs. I still think Tomakaze needs more infantry at this stage. You think, yeah, he's just going to go for more Shermans. He's so focused, I think, just using the Shermans to just land wipes. And then basically, once the tanks are isolated without any infantry support, he then takes them up. But there you go, Luciano brings up a Panther 4. He could theoretically try to set up for another Panther. I mean, King Tiger, 2 Panthers. That's going to hurt. But obviously, the Panther 4 is a bit faster in that sense. Plus, helps a bit more with the bazooka teams, which I imagine are quite a factor into Luciano's planning here strategically. So double Sherman T is planning something there. Sadly doesn't have nations for combined arms at the right time, but there you go. He's making a big push here against Luciano. Shot bounced from the Pershing. Sherman flanking up behind here. Calling in air support to basically prevent Tomakaze from doing what he wants to do. He can probably take out the Panther with the Shermans as Blitz is passing with the re-exposed. Bit unfortunate here for Luciano. Oh, Turret's too slow to return. Oh dear, falling back, falling back. Heavy hits there on the King Tiger. Shot bouncer fails to hit the Panther. He almost got the King Tiger. He's almost got it. Oh, scheiße. And the King Tiger goes down. A big blow there to Luciano. The centre of Luciano's forces have been shattered. He's got the 34 Panther. There he goes, sending in the Panther straight to the Pershing and all the bazooka teams. Almost costing him the Panther 4 here. And there you go. Main gun out. Main gun out. He's sending in the Panther, which is almost ace level. Is almost dead as well. That was horrific. That was a well-executed assault there by Tomakaze. The only way it could have been better if there had been some smoke screens down, but that was really good. Using the Shermans to flank when they also just draw away attention. But there you go. Got the Jackson using a bit of air support and a bit of luck there, so it's not all straightforward or smooth sailing for Luciano, but still, he suffers some losses there. His Pershing, though, is not amongst those. 43 kills. Panther receiving emergency repairs as every Pioneer gets to work on it. Schnell fix it, as otherwise the Americans are going to murder us with their Pershings, that beast. They still don't know how to build tanks. Nine, they don't. I'm not entirely sure how the Pershing works. Maybe it works because they think it works. My God, that's an interesting theory. It would also explain the Sherman. I mean, they do look awfully green, don't you think? Yeah. Yeah, that was an absolutely shattering blow. That's Luciano. I mean, Tomakaze did suffer as well, but Tomakaze didn't lose the King Tiger. Luciano did. On the other hand, he's almost got an Ace Panther as the Oberkommando West, and that's not something to take lightly either. But right now, the Pershing is, again, been ace for quite some time, and it's got 43 kills. I mean, again, the veteran 3 Pershing, or Ace Pershing, is a beast in his own right. There you go, good hit. Fox is almost wiped out, but he's down to 28 victory points. At this stage, increasingly feels like Luciano's only chance is just basically bleeding out to Tomakaze, but the way things are looking, it's going to be risky. There you go, grenade off, doesn't quite get a hit. And there you go, Ace Panther up here for Luciano, for the Panzerlehr. Landing some hits in the Panther before being forced to fall back here. Ace Reckenner also helping out. Keeping the distance there from the bazooka team's troops in the center, being shredded by the machine gun and MD-34 Pilfer from moving up the east side, going for the orbital dart, and Reason's moving in. No mines, because the boob chop, here's a good chance of maybe landing some good hits. And there you go, orbital unforced away, another kid out for Luciano. Got the Ace Panther moving in though. Hauptmann Weber strikes. Direct hit though from the post. Sherman gets one in return though. Needs to get it repaired. And we can see there somewhere, there we go, that the Sherman's being repaired. He's doing it pretty close to the front line. And there you go, more Rangers for Tomakaze. More lead from there you go. Booby Trap almost takes out the entire unit. Very nice work there. I do think Luciano could have benefited from more Booby Traps here and there. Setting that Pershing forwards. 44 kills. 9 kills on the Panther. Sending in the Panther. There you go. Shoots. Hits the ground instead. Like Kevin lands a good hit, but alters within range of the Pershing. Easily whacked if he's not careful. Cell shots bound for the Pershing's armor there. There you go. The bazooka team flanking the Panther. Needs to be careful here. Pershing down to roughly half health. Needs to be careful. Self-Sherman here going for the Panther. Penetrating hit on the Panther. Panther gets good return. We've got air support called in again to try and break up the Allied assault. The Kevin landing some hits. Almost got the Sherman. There you go. Almost got it. 10 kills on the Panther. Can it gain the 11th? Can it gain the Sherman? No. Turns away. Deal with the Rangers. Unit wiped. Luciano's bleeding more infantry again. The Panzerlehr is struggling here, despite Luftwaffe support. Sturmpionier. Veteran 4 closing on Veteran 5. $264 versus 28. Will Luciano here go for another Panther 4? Will he try and aim for a second Panther? Will he even try and go for a King Tiger again? Pershing at half health, but with 47 kills. Sherman being repaired. Lots of troops reinforcing, healing and all that. Plus we got the Rangers ready for the fight as well with the Thompsons. The Chicago typewriters. Now the MD-34 for Luciano to help deal with infantry. Not a bad idea. Certainly I think puts the Panther 4 to rest. Could try and indicate he's planning either Yak Panther or another Panther. And actually Yak Panther wouldn't make much sense. So it could either be another Panther or a King Tiger here to help deal with the Pershing. Smothering down there. Almost got that Panther ready. Panther snaps some poor bastard. Almost gets another bastard. Bazooka teams they're firing, penetrating it from the Pershing. 47. McKenna was ready, including the Ace one. There you go, almost got the Pershing, almost got it. This could be huge, this could be huge. Does he get it? No! He gets away again. He gets away. Luciano is getting very, very close to the second Panther. Again, King Tiger could be in the cards, but would be risky. And he's just falling all the way back here with the Persian with most of his troops, actually meaning right now Luciano has a chance to push back against Tomakaze if he realises this. Now the Jackson out for Tomakaze to help obviously deal with the armour. Luciano is very close to the second Panther. Very close. But will he go for it? No, he goes for the Yak Panther. He does end up here with the Yak Panther, not a bad choice either. Has a good rate of fire, good range. And obviously some extra range would help me to make it harder for Tomakaze to slip away with this Pershing. But there you go, almost gets it. And yes, gets the Sherman here. Ace Panther lands the hit for the fatherland. Even that paper Panzer flame. I do think Luciano could consider sneak up some units on the west side there just to harass a bit. But there you go, Ace Panther ready again, Jackson Pershing running out. Yak Panther almost done there for Luciano. Going for the machine gun with it, he's going to try and clear it out with machine guns, not a bad idea. Of course, needs to be careful, doesn't extend. Also needs to angle it correct so the machine guns can do their work. And currently he's sort of not doing it for the there you go, push away the machine gun crew, very good. In the east we got a far deep flank here by Tomakaze, setting up for something really nasty against Luciano, very good. But we got the Yak Panzer out here as well with its high velocity, 75 the gun, same as on the Panthers. Bazooka teams are landing good hits. And there you go, Pershing lands the hit, 48 kills, almost getting like Kedner for there. Close again, but not quite. And there you go, like Kedner down to the infantry supporting. Panther moving in. Exposing too much of its side there. 16 kills though. Need repairs. Almost being knocked out. Yak Panther flying coming fire. Almost got the Pershing, which hit a mine. He could get it, he could get it. It missed. So close, but it missed. Panther snaps some poor soul again. More full see here for Luciano. Panther receiving repairs. 17 kills for the fatherland. Pershing with 49. Absolutely solid matches so far, and looking to be a close ending here by the looks of things. Stealing the Kenreffer though. Extra fiendish there by Tomakaze. There you go, moving up on the west side, very good, very good. 201 versus 28. Orbislan getting us in 3. And we got an artillery site called in his repair point where all the armor is. He needs to move away from it. But he's moving his troops through. There you go. Sturm Pioneers. Almost. Machine gun got wiped. Oh, God. Mine went off as well. That was one hell of an artillery strike there. And you can see they just cost, 60 munitions. That was some extreme value there for Tomakaze. Extreme value. Blend cover down from the Orbislan to try to get clear to the victory point. Very good, very good. That was a heavy blow there. Panther cleaning out the machine gun there with his own machine guns. 19 kills. Shoot them all, Fitz. Shoot them all. Answer the radio, guys. Shut up and use the machine gun gewehr. That's part of your job too. Whoa, that was quite a miss there from the Jackson. I wonder if the Panther can actually spot for the Yak Panzer with its Revenue 5 bonus. That'd be interesting. Pulling back the Panther, Sturm Pioneers good to go again. Very close from 5, they're going for the victory point. Got the Pershing inbound here. There we go, good hit. 50 kills on that Pershing. That Pershing is just unstoppable, at least for now. But, oh! Got wiped on the folks gonna these. Critical loss there for Luciano. Well, another critical loss. I mean, he suffered so many critical losses by now. I'm surprised he's still in this. But of course, that is a testament there to Luciano's skill. 20 kills, close to 24. Yak Panther getting 1. We got the... Oh, he could get the Jackson here, though. Tomakaze might just made a mistake. And there you go. Jackson is down. Jackson is down, but he needs to be careful for the Panther still. Oh, exposing the rear armor. That's really bad. There you go. Takes a rear hit, needs to angle it properly here. Ultimatum to get the Yak Panzer and support the Panther versus the Pershing. Lots of bazooka fire there. Lots of his armor, they're heavily down. There you go, Ace Kedma lands a hit there. Oh, could he actually get it here? Almost getting it! Oh, Does he get it finally? And the ace Pershing is down. A huge loss to Tomakaze. That Pershing had just caused so much harm to Luciano. Now is, I think, a chance for Luciano to turn this game around. He can quickly get his arm back into the fight and just push ahead here. He has a chance now. The Pershing just did so much damage, killed so many of Luciano's troops. It was absolutely insane. But now he basically has to rely on a much weaker force comes in to hold back Luciano's elite troops. So Luciano has lost a lot, so he doesn't quite easily have the ability to push back with. Repair partners. I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone for those sooner. There you go. Hard work on the Panther. Orbital on there, close to veteran 5. And back here, healing reinforcement for Tomakaze. He's saving up for another Pershing already. I mean, if the first one worked that well, I mean, there's a pretty good chance the second one might work decently. Though, of course, now there's an Ace Panther to deal with, and a Yak Panzer as well, whereas the first Pershing did not have to deal with that. They are showing some possibilities here, but even then, I don't think he's going to be bad. He's just going to be a bit tricky here for Tomakaze. And there we go. Now the Pershing. Panther though is good to go. Pioneers how to work on the Yak Panzer as well. Got the orbs done moving in. 115 versus 23. And there you go, getting some good hits in the 33 kills. Got the Pershing moving up, shoots and utterly obliterates Fritz. Trying to keep it on the centre victory point using his heroic level of Academy. There you go, more hits there. Panther going in for the Pershing, landing a good hit, Academy will support the Pershing retreating. There you go, Yak Panzer lands a good second shot from the Panther bounces. Academy on the bounces off the Yak Panzer's frontal armour. Going for it again, he's really committed. Misses though, despite getting an accuracy bonus now on the move here for the Panther at 5. But there you go, second shot lands it. Now proceed to clear out the Academy with using machine guns. Very good, 23 kills on the Panther. Almost got the centre victory point, with which point he can begin bleeding out to Tomakaze again from victory points. And the match is about to approach 1 hour in length. Stimpuni moving ahead there. Almost 25. We got a concussive grenade off as well, at least attempted concussive grenade. But there you go, it goes off anyways. There you go, stops it. Artillery called in here by Tomakaze. Panther there being pursued by angry bazooka teams, machine guns setting up. Oh dear, don't throw away the Panther for Tomakaze. Oh, Luciano. No. So many rockets, so many explosions, so many casualties. 14 points left here for Tomakaze's machine gun spewing out fire there with the incendiary piercing rounds. Yak Panzer being worked on. Going for a Panzer Void, definitely a good choice versus the remaining infantry there, I think, from Tomakaze. Of course, all the bazookas can very still quickly take it out if he's not careful. There we go, Pershing shoots, almost wipes the orbital Durden. 100 points left, there we go, major wiped. Or something else got wiped, either way it's dead. And it had bazookas. 14 points left here for Tomakaze. Panther 4 halfway done. Panther everything repairs. Moved away the Yak Panzer. The Panther could get the priority repairs. Good idea there, I think. The Ace Panther is definitely his best tool right now on the battlefield versus the Pershing. So I think to neglect that would be rather bad. There we go, another Panther 4 here for Luciano. For Deutschland. For the Panzerlehr. Caught there. Panther 4 moving ahead, straight into the Pershing. More hits there, almost losing the Panther again. Just the sheer volume of bazooka fire, plus the cannon of the Pershing just really does a ton of damage. So that's definitely not well done there. But Luciano got air support called in, going to try and take that Pershing out possibly. Shot bounced there, Pershing down to half health, but if he can just tell them away here from the centre victory point, that's going to work out for Luciano, particularly if they can sneak up here. But we've got the Cap defending the remaining victory point to ensure that Luciano doesn't go for an all three at the same time, maybe sneak in some Fachi makers or something else. But he's going to have to do something. We'll have to see what he does to try and regain a victory point now, because he's down to 14. He can't really afford this much longer.
Do something. We're down to 10 points, damn it.
10 points left. Oh dear. Oh, Scheiße, the rearmor's exposed. Luciano, 9. There you go. Managed to turn the front around, but even though it's going to go close to all the anti-tank fire. Smoke being laid down. The Yak Panther. Panther's almost down. He loses the Ace Panther. My God. And the Sturm Pioneers. But he's just doing everything he can just to keep the opponent off the victory point for long enough. Like, even just, you know, do it. It won't matter. 2 points left. Oh, 1. Calling in Falchimiegas to do it. He's calling in on the victory point. So there we go. G. Game over. Tomakaze was moments away from victory here. In the end, just didn't have enough. So goddamn close. An absolutely brutal fight here with heavy casualty on both sides. As you might notice, we're looking somewhere around 500 dead and tons of damage done. Pershing definitely doing extreme work there for Tomakaze. I mean, just look at that. He just carried the fight on his own. If not for going for a second place, he'd probably gone for, you know, something like 1,000% efficiency. So Captain, Lieutenant, Major, they all just did so much there. Even the rifleman, just completely heavy duty work there. An absolutely crazy fight here with really good players on both sides. And then I think Tomakaze is slightly undone by the fact he didn't have sufficient infantry, which could also help him, you know, later down the road when he's actually had most of the map at times. He could have laid down a lot of mines using the riflemen, so they set up some funding positions, but in the end he didn't quite have that. So I think that sort of undercut him. But still, even then, he was really close. Maybe some more smoke doing some of the assaults could have helped, but or maybe some deeper flanks from time to time. Either way, they're really close. Really well played by Luciano, holding out there at times and gaining an Ace Panther. That was really well done as well. There's an absolutely crazy fight right here on Crossroads. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. And remember to press the little bell next to the subscribe button so YouTube actually reminds you of there's a new video out. And if you like what I do, consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the video description. Overall, you're all a wonderful audience. And hope to see you all again tomorrow for another exciting episode. So thanks to you all and cheers.